So last week I went to go check out Samsung's Unpacked Light event in downtown Toronto, and I got my first-hand look at the S25 lineup. So with that being said, here's what you need to know about Samsung's S25 lineup coming out later this month. So Samsung is set to release 3 new phones later this month, and they're the S25, the S25 Plus, and the S25 Ultra. Each phone is gonna come with 4 different colors this year. So the S25 and the S25 Plus are gonna have 4 colors available at launch: the Silver Shadow, Navy, Icy Blue, and Mint colors. For the S25 Ultra, they have 4 colors as well, which is the Titanium Black, Titanium Gray, Titanium Silver Blue, and the new color is called Titanium White Silver. And to be honest, out of all the colors that I saw that day, I think the Titanium White Silver was the nicest. It's like in between white and dark gray, so it's slightly in the middle. You can definitely say it's a silver, but it definitely has like a white undertone to it. So the whole S25 lineup is gonna have a Snapdragon 8 Elite chip inside. And this chip is an 8-core processor, meaning it's super fast and responsive. Also, the whole lineup of S25 phones this year are gonna have 12 gigabytes of RAM. So for storage capacity for each phone, they're gonna have 2 options. The S25 is gonna have 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes. The S25 Plus and the S25 Ultra are gonna have 2 options as well, which is 256 gigabytes or 512 gigabytes. For battery sizes, we're looking at 4,000 milliamp hours for the S25, 4,900 milliamp hours for the S25 Plus, and 5,000 milliamp hours for the S25 Ultra. And speaking of batteries, the S25 is gonna have 25 watts of fast charging, while the S25 Plus and the S25 Ultra are gonna have 45 watts. And for the screens on the S25 this year, they're all gonna be sharing a dynamic AMOLED display, but they all have different sizes. The S25 is gonna have a 6.2 inch display, while the S25 Plus is gonna have a 6.7 inch display. And of course, the S25 Ultra is gonna have a bigger display this year with a 6.9 inch display, up from last year's 6.8. Now let's talk about the cameras. So the front cameras on all 3 phones are gonna have 12 megapixels, but the only difference with the Samsung S25 Ultra is that it's gonna have an autofocus feature. So everyone knows that the front camera of every phone is not the greatest, but hopefully with this year's new additions and new chipset, and maybe with the help of AI, the front camera processing is gonna be much better this year. So for the rear cameras on the S25 and the S25 Plus, they're gonna be exactly the same with a 12 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide, a 50 megapixel f1.8 wide, and a 10 megapixel 3x f2.4 tele lens. So of course the S25 Ultra is gonna have the 200 megapixel wide lens with an f1.7 aperture, a 10 megapixel 3x tele lens with an aperture of f2.4, and a 50 megapixel 5x lens with an aperture of f3.4. But the new upgrade to this year's S25 Ultra is the addition to the 50 megapixel ultra wide camera. So this 50 megapixel ultra wide camera has an aperture of f1.9, meaning it's gonna have a very shallow depth of field. So last year's S24 Ultra sported a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, but this year is a big jump all the way up to 50 megapixels, which is a really good sign. And speaking of cameras, since I got hands-on time with the S25 Ultra, the S25 Ultra is going to be able to shoot 8K video in 30 frames per second, and drumroll please, it's also going to be able to shoot log video. Yes, I said it, log video. So for all the filmmakers that use their phones to make movies, this is super exciting news. It's going to give you guys the most flexibility when it comes to color grading in post, and I'm sure somewhere down the line, Samsung is going to release a Rec 709 conversion LUT for their log footage. When it comes to biometric security, you obviously have the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, and you also have facial recognition as well on all of the phones. Now we got the technical specs out of the way, let's talk about the new AI features that Samsung is implementing in the S25 lineup. So one new feature that really stood out to me is called NowBar. And basically what this is gonna live on your lock screen to show you your day at a glance. It will summarize your weather, your commute, your meetings, and even your calendar appointments. It's going to automatically adapt to your usage and populates the information based on your day. And once you tap that open, it'll open NowBrief, which summarizes the weather, shows you your morning commute, and reminds you if you have any meetings or calendar appointments. I see this being useful for many reasons because not only do you get a summary of the day, but you can take in information quickly so you don't have to juggle through all of your apps to find the information needed. Another new feature in the S25 lineup is something called audio eraser. So just imagine you take a video and you're recording someone talking in a noisy environment. What you can do is you can isolate their voice and remove any unwanted background noise. This can be useful for creators who want to remove the unwanted background noise without importing the video into another video editing software to take out the background noise. Another AI feature is something called auto trim. And basically what this will do is it'll automatically detect silence in videos as well as filler words like and uhs and remove them from the video completely. I see this being useful for creators who are recording talking headshots and want to take out unwanted filler words like uhs and ums. Another cool thing that the Samsung team demonstrated to us is the generation of AI stickers, which basically is like an emoji creation using words. So during the live demo, we gave a prompt to the Samsung AI to create a purple cat wearing socks and a top hat, and this is what it came up with. This is a cool and fun feature to use when you want to make something unique and send it to your friends. And finally, the last AI feature that was demonstrated to us was call recording. This basically gives you the ability to record your phone calls. When you turn this on during a phone call, this will give the other person a verbal consent saying that the phone call is being recorded. And while you're talking on the phone, the Samsung AI is going to create a transcript for you and also record the audio as well. And with that being said, that wraps up my video on the Samsung S25 lineup and the breakdown of its new features. So do you think you'll upgrade to any of the S25 phones? If so, let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and drop a subscription while you're at it. And once again, my name is Billy. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.